It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic, and if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us call am hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one na dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Can he dey touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be dey holla say dem want the power. Chai, dem be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Dem hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. This one not dey off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Person wey dey do evil no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too dey talk. He too dey talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man pikin dey the street dey hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don come, oh yo yo. Mayegun. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Máyégún ti dé.
Hello there, brethren. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Máyégún live. And thank you so much for joining me, brethren. After reading the caption of the broadcast, you know what to do. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like the broadcast. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them to join us. Máyégún is live. Simply because of some little changes in the studio. So I am going to also need a bit of your help tonight. You should tell me if this audio is perfect. That is one. Maybe the video, tell me about that too. And then I'm also going to leave the line open, meaning we are going to take calls just any moment from now. You can phone in anytime. And if I see your call, of course, I am going to pick it. So if everything looks fine and sounds great, then we can get started. Tonight is still going to be what is cooking in Rivers State. I bet a lot of you have already been following it anyway, right? But here in the Temple of Truth, Máyégún's Diary Political, the diary is where we have been keeping all the political happenings in Nigeria for years now. And in fact, there are some of these political players, actors that we have been tracking. And one of them is Willie Wike and his own, what do you call it, power drunk, kind of like a character. There are those who are looking for how this is going to end for Wike. But there are others who believe that, well, it's still going to end well for him because of the person he is currently partnering, which is Tifnumbu. So in the past 2 weeks or thereabout, Willie Wike has been touring the local government areas in Rivers State, where he was the former governor, by the way. So, and he's been making speeches. Some of them have been very much controversial. Majority of them is just to remind the people of Rivers State and whoever cares to listen that Fubara would not be given a second term. He betrayed a lot of them, and if for any reason Fubara should Fubara should win a second term, this will be the end, political end of Willie Wike and his co-travelers' career. So from what I heard, by the way, it is said that last night Fubara left Nigeria. I don't know how true this is, so I heard. Here you get unconfirmed that Fubara left Nigeria for France to go and see Tifnumbu because it seems like things are moving faster than they could imagine. So the status of assembly, who made allegation that since they came to power, Fubara has never really recognized them. He's been treating them as if to say they were not part and parcel of the state government, the status of assembly. So now they are moving to the next phase of removing him as governor. So today, Martin Amawule, the speaker, welcomed the supposed House leader, which is the House of Assembly leader, who then read the allegations against Fubara. The allegations include the misappropriation of money. They call it gross misconduct. Okay, misappropriation of money, appointment of people into government without following the constitutional requirements, and all of that stuff. So now they want him out. But there are steps, there are procedures, by the way, before that will take place. But it's not like they are moving faster than their shadow. let us start and kind of like begin to dig into it. So according to them, if I let me put out, according to them, they sent a letter to Fubara. They are making 8 allegations against him and his deputy, Ngozi. So they said, 1, reckless and unconstitutional expenditure of public funds, unconstitutional misappropriation of public funds, hindering the Rivers State House of Assembly from performing its constitutional duty. Number 4, illegal appointment of persons without allowing for screening by the House of Assembly as provided by the Constitution. 5, seizure of salaries and funds meant for Assembly members. 6, seizure of salaries of the clerk of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Emeka Amadi. 6, seizure of salaries of the clerk of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Okay, yeah, got that. That's 7, refusal to implement provisions of the Constitution on financial autonomy of the legislature and the judiciary. 8, withholding of funds meant for the running of the Rivers State House of Assembly Service Commission and hindering its activities. So right now, their allegations have been made. The movement for impeachment and proceeding have started. Now they need the Chief Justice of the state to now constitute a 7-man or 5-man or 3-man panel. And we then look into all these allegations, and Fubara will be given a chance if they walk that way. But we are going to get to that part. First, what went down in their State House of Assembly today, which is already making the news this afternoon. Here is the leader reading what I just read now.
Just the gross misconduct and leave the particulars. Do the gross misconduct, leave the particulars for want of time, and then summarize, please.
Okay, gross misconduct.
4.
Appointment of persons to occupy offices and positions in the Rivers State government without allowing for requirements of screening and confirmation as prescribed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Other extant laws, but making the request for screening to persons other than the legitimate Rivers State House of Assembly.
Go to the next gross misconduct, please. Five.
Gross misconduct 5. Seizure of salaries, allowances, as well as funds standing to the credit of the legitimate Rivers State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 1213 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and other extant laws.
Go to 6, please.
Gross misconduct 6. Seizure of salary of the clerk of Rivers State House of Assembly, Mr. Emeka Amadi. Gross misconduct 7. Refusal to implement provisions of the Constitution on financial autonomy of the Rivers State House of Assembly and the Rivers State Judiciary. 8. Withholding of funds meant for the running of Rivers State House of Assembly Service Commission and for stating a commission set up by Part 2AA of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Conclusion.
Attack and contempt for the rule of law by the governor of Rivers State or any person. What the 8th respondent has done is to destroy the government because of fear of being impeached. Mr. Speaker, this document is signed by the underlisted members of Rivers State House of Assembly, dated the 5th day of January 2026. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I read their names?
Just hurry up, please.
1. Right Honorable Dumle Mao, Bukana constituency. Honorable Major Jack Akutoro Constituency 1, Honorable Linda Stewart, Okeka Constituency, Honorable Franklin Waboti, Oba Igbema Ndoni Constituency, Honorable Justina Imeji, Emoa Constituency, Honorable Ignatius Owuka, Eche Constituency 1, Honorable Kimeze Nwankwo, Eche Constituency 2, Honorable Lemchi Prince Nyechi, Ikwele Constituency, Honorable Barele Wako, Kana Constituency 1, Honorable Emilia Lucky Amadi, Obiakpo Constituency 2, Honorable Nkemjika Ezekwem, Oba Igbema Ndoni Constituency 2, Honorable Davis Arnold Ogubolo Constituency, Honorable Sivalos Wakwo, Omuma Constituency, Girard Afoji, Honorable Oyibo Constituency, Honorable Afoji Igwe Eleme Constituency. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I lay this at the table.
Please, this one. Distinguished colleagues, the majority leader, one house, please, order. The majority leader has just laid before the House the notice of allegations of gross misconduct brought pursuant to Section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended 1999. And this particular letter was signed by 26 members of the Rivers House of Assembly, which the majority leader has read their names. Distinguished colleagues, I am now in receipt of this letter, and pursuant to the sections of the 1999 Constitution as amended, I will ensure that this letter is forwarded to His Excellencies Impeach Fubara, GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State, within 7 days. Distinguished colleagues, I will do that. Rest assured, I will not renege. I will do my job in line with the Constitution. Thank you. What order?
May I read the order?
Proceed.
So yeah, Fubara is accused of all of that. And there's something about this dear River State where, we should wash the House of Assembly. So the last time when they said they were decamping, it was reported that 15 of them plus the speaker decamped to APC. The rest of them stayed in PDP. Now you have no idea. Maybe those ones have now gone to join them in APC, right? So the governor is also in APC as well. So we already have those who are kind of like, who have rejected that move. We're going to get to that part too. Martin Amawule is the speaker who has not really been able to, or should I say the entire State of Assembly, they've not really been able to act as a State of Assembly because Fubara won't deal with them. And most of what they accuse him of are actual impeachable offenses, if you must kind of like, if you read into it. So here is a Martin Amawule explaining to everyone why this their impeachment move or the removal of a Fubara is a process that it would ensure that they see to its conclusion, to its fruition. Because Fubara is a complete mistake. Yeah, Fubara is acting like he is a victim. But Fubara is not a victim in all of this. Yeah, majority of you may feel like they are working for Wike, they are on the side of the Wike, but since they became House of Assembly members, they've been denied all of their rights, their pay, their this, their that, and all for what? Because they decided to side with their godfather, kind of. Just paraphrasing what Amawule had to say and why this is so important that they remove Fubara.
I must say, going by what members have also commented, is actually a motion that is good and is in the best interests of Rivers State. 26 members of Rivers House of Assembly have brought allegations against the governor and the deputy governor. It is important that the process be allowed to go through in line with the provisions of the Constitution. And the particulars of gross misconduct have a lot to do with presentation of budget, refusal to present budget, spending outside the appropriation law. Distinguished colleagues, one thing very interesting is what members also indicated in that notice, but we're not here discussing the notice, but we're only making reference to it, which is that there is a notice and the process of impeachment is on as we speak. Having received the notice, my job is to forward it, and it's important that we allow this process go through. What this motion is saying is, in the event that the governor tries, as he has always tried to do, to be smart by half, to now say he wants to bring the appropriation bill or to present the medium-term expenditure framework, the movers of this motion are saying, let him hold on now. Let the process for the investigation of the allegations brought against him and the deputy governor be concluded. Distinguished colleagues, is that not what you are saying? So it makes sense too that we allow that process to go through before we start talking about any MTF or even the 2026 appropriation bill. In any case, the governor does not even want to present any budget, because if he wanted to, he would have brought it all this while. Impeach Fubara is a mistake. He is a mistake. Rivers State has never had it this bad. In the entire Nigeria, Impeach Fubara and Professor Ngozi Odu, these are the only two people in the office at the sub-national level that are yet to present 2026 appropriation bill. The entire country. I'm sure if you go to the entire West African sub-region or even Africa, you will not find any sub-national government that has not presented an appropriation bill for 2026. Who would believe that in this 21st century, that a state like Rivers State will not have an appropriation bill either presented or passed? Nothing is holding the governor for presenting it. He chose not to. And the governor has been boasting that he will always go and meet the president, for the president to call us and give us instruction. He has been boasting, he has been saying it to his followers, that this assembly, we are nothing but toothless bulldog. That this 10th Rivers House Assembly, we cannot do anything, we cannot enforce the constitution. This is a sad commentary for our democracy. Sir Impeach Fubara and Professor Odu, they are nothing but a threat to our nascent democracy. If they are allowed to remain in office, I don't know what will become of our democracy. And they are moving about from place to place, spending taxpayers' money without approval. Part of what led to other efforts to impeach them, first impeachment effort, second impeachment effort, has to do with refusal to present budget. Mr. President has called several meetings which we attended. Our leader, His Excellency Wike, has called several meetings. I have attended meetings with the governor, and we have called on him, present the budget, something that is in line with the constitution. He says he will not. He's above the constitution. Nothing will happen to him. If he does not present it, he will meet the president, he will meet National Assembly, they will tell us to leave him alone. And he has been boasting about this. Now I ask members, is it the right way to go to allow a governor not to obey the constitution, to continue to spend without approval? Even when we had an approval in 2023 for the governor to spend, the governor left the constitution, left the appropriation law of 2023 and started awarding contracts outside the budget. Particulars of his award letters, they are there attached. The governor spends, people coming from outside Rivers State, he will change our naira to dollars and give to them and tell them to go and wait for. I must say, going by what members have.
If you listen to him, it is like so one-sided, but it's not completely wrong. Oh. I know. It's not completely wrong. What happened is that when they had their wahala last year and they got the state of emergency declared, okay, Tifnumbu said it was the National Assembly that would then sort of like oversee the budgetary debate of the state. So they would want to discuss their budget and pass it. Within that space, right? So simply means once the status of assembly, which is this guy, is part of the fight that Fubara won't present the budget to them. He presented the budget to another faction where there are just about 4 or 5 of them, right? Remember? And that went on and on and on until they said, go and present the budget back to them. That was Steve Nungu. And then he went on to represent the budget back to them, only for the Wala chart to get escalated enough that Steve Nungu declared a state of emergency. Because they, rather than discuss the budgets, they started planning to impeach him. Because to them, he is more evil, he is more this, he is more that. He has been suffering them like they have been, So you have to feel sorry for them. They want you to. Now, if you ask a Fubara himself and say, Fubara, what happened? Fubara will tell you that he is waiting for their leader with a weekend to call a meeting, so that he would then pick a date for when he should come and present the budget. That's what he said the last time, though. Right? But these ones are not interested in actually having him anymore. In fact, with the new development where Fubara is sort of like paying it to their faces, including with Emeka's face, that he's not going to need them. Okay? Now that he is in APC with Tifnumbu, so it's just going to have his name popped up as the candidate of APC, and with the directive of Tinubu, they all have to go and queue behind him. So to avoid all of that, or to further muddle the water, they are planning to remove him. Am I willing? Yeah. Tell me more.
Them and tell them to go and wait for assembly members and make sure they don't succeed to do anything to him. So in other words, what the governor is doing with our funds of Rivers people, the poor Rivers men and women who are paying taxes, is to change our money to dollars and be given to visitors to Rivers State to stop us to subvert the constitution. For how long are we going to allow this to happen? Our schools are not furnished. Our schools are not functioning the way they should function. Rivers people are suffering. Our youths are not being employed. Our roads are bad. Our hospitals, health centers are not fully functional. A lot of them are having issues. Rather than follow due process, what the governor has decided to do is to save money, change it to dollars, to subvert the will of the Rivers people, to subvert the constitution. And he's boasting. Imagine the governor saying, the governor addressed the press rather and said, the only time that they should give him between now and the next 6 months before he will give account of, or statement of account of Rivers people. Other governors are saying how they are receiving money, how much they received, how much they have spent since he became governor. Since May 2020, since May 29th, 2023, Simla Fubara and Ngozi Madu were sworn in. They have never for once issued any statement of account of Rivers State. Not once. And the governor is boasting that they are going to call us and give us order not to follow the constitution. And people are going in the media, people that we respect, elders that we respect are supposed to call him to order. They are going to tell him that what he's doing is good, rather than caution the governor for his infractions on the constitution. They are clapping for him. Rather than calling on the governor, they are calling on our FCT minister, who is helping Mr. President in Abuja, and making it look like it's a problem between the FCT minister and the governor. It is not FCT minister and the governor. It is the governor and the constitution. The governor is a threat to our democracy. It is better we all resign and leave the governor and those he wants to use to defraud Rivers people. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. We sit here, elected people, and we cannot follow, we cannot enforce the constitution. Then why are we here? Why are we sitting here? Why were we elected? For how long are we going to allow this to happen? Distinguished colleagues, enough is enough. If they want us to forget the legislature, we leave the legislature. Let only the governor and the deputy governor spend as they like and eat our money and do as they like. Why were we elected? Why do we have the legislature? Why can't we be allowed to do our job? Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions. We will follow this impeachment process through. The Supreme Court has confirmed that the governor has committed offenses against the Constitution. Let the course, let the law take its course. The law has to take its course. Mr. President, we thank Mr. President. He's a father. Mr. President has done his best. Mr. President has spoken to the governor. In my presence, Mr. President told the governor, I'm giving you a second chance. The governor refused. He gave him another one. The governor refused. How many times would Mr. President call us? Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions.
Tell me what are we producing and selling to other countries? Not even slippers. We eat the skin of our cows instead of turning them to beautiful bags and shoes. Eliminate that. It's a sign of poverty.
So while they wait for Kolu to come back, let me give you a bit of recap of how Martin Amawule, following the dictate of Wike, boxed himself as the speaker, supposedly, a speaker with a microphone. Here you get. So I'll tell you how he boxed himself. You see, after 6 months of Fubara being governor, something happened. We don't know what happened. We just realized that these guys started talking about changing some laws in the state. Baba, normally, okay, they say if the State House of Assembly makes any law, they can veto the governor. But that is not even ideal, because it is still the executive that will then implement any law, passed by the State House of Assembly. So these guys, you know what they started doing? They now started amending the state law where the governor, has constitutional power to do some certain things. For example, right, after the tenure, 3 years tenure of the local government chairman, usually the governor, right, would dissolve the local government administration. And as the normally, which is also unconstitutional, by the way, is that they will appoint a caretaker or conduct a different, another election. But usually they will appoint caretakers, just briefly. So the State House of Assembly, they removed the power of the governor to dissolve local government administration or something like that. They removed it. They removed his power on some other certain things that they now gave that power to themselves as of assembly. So Fubara would just be like a figurehead. And they wanted him to implement all of that changes they have made. All right? So that was the beginning of the whole thing. Then in the process and all of that, they stupidly decamped to APC. Okay? When a PDP is not completely in disarray like this, then they quickly backtracked that. So in all of that, they have shown that they will do anything where the wicked tells them to do. Even in this impeachment thing, I don't think they know what they are doing. Because, the State House of Assembly, the speaker, by the way, then sent 2 letters to Fubara and his deputy. Okay? And if you see the two letters, it seemed that somebody who is probably not a good clerk of the house or something drafted the letter. The first one addressed to Fubara, they addressed him as Madam. The one addressed to his deputy, Ngozi Odu, they also addressed that one as Madam. So again, like I said, I don't think they know what they are doing, because I don't think they are the ones who are supposed to write the governor. So the moment they claimed that Fubara has committed constitutional infraction, so the next thing is to kickstart an impeachment would be for the speaker to mandate the Chief Justice of Rivers State to constitute whether 3-man panel, 5-man panel, or 7-man or 11-man to constitute the impeachment panel. This panel will be presented with the 8 allegations, and it is this panel that will then write the governor that, under the so constitution, blah, 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 they have been set up to investigate some gross misconduct that have been levied against him. So it is then that Fubara will call his own lawyer, and they will now, go back to that panel, defend every step of allegations, right? So if they are satisfied, they will say, oh, he's got no case to answer. If they are not, the panel will then recommend that Fubara should be removed, that indeed he has violated the constitution, the blah, the blah, the blah, and he should be removed. This is the process of, impeachment, and it can actually last for a total of 21 days, right? That's the shortest, isn't it? 21 days. So presently, it is the speaker that delivered the supposed impeachment proceeding of the State House of Assembly, right? And if you read the letter, okay, said that I received a copy of the notice of allegations of gross misconduct dated 5th January 2026 and brought against you by 26 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, a number that represents over 2/3 of the membership of the Rivers State House of Assembly, pursuant to section 188, subsection 1 and 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. I hereby forward to you, Sasim Fubara, a copy of the said notice of allegations of gross misconduct received by me on the 8th day of January. A copy is attached. You are required to reply to the allegations made against you in the said notice of allegations of gross misconduct. Accordingly, in doing this, your attention is drawn to the provisions of the section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Please be guided accordingly and do accept my warm regard. So the same thing we sent to Ngozi, Fubara's deputy. Please tell me, is this how they carry out impeachment now? I mean, I don't think so. So Fubara will still, they still need the Chief Justice of the state to actually legitimize the impeachment proceeding. Here you get, but it is Rivers State. And yeah, just like many others, where you are not currently hearing them scream or go to the gutters or to the street like this, right? It's because the godfathers and the godsons, the partners, are probably kind of like smiling to the banks. No altercations, right? So Fubara is said not to be in Nigeria, and if he's back in Nigeria, he's probably back today. He's rumored to have, flew to France yesterday in order to go and, rehearse with Tifnumbu on the new developments. And, Wike has been like going everywhere already. He's been having a face-off with the National Secretary of APC already. And also he's been sending different fire shots and all that, right? To some of these other APC stalwarts talking at him, right? So we have those who in Abuja today. They call them APC leaders. I don't know which of the leaders they are, right? They are demanding that Tinubu should sack Wike now before he brings down his government. You should discipline him, or APC will lose, or APC loses relevance. So those ones were in Abuja today. But Wike was still very much in Rivers, having the best time of his life, rejigging his political base. And indeed, he also said there was actually no real agreement with Tinubu when he decided to support Tinubu then, right? There was no written agreement or anything. It was like a gentleman agreement that work for me and you won't regret it, kind of. Fubara.
One thing I've always told people, we never had any written agreement with the president. The only agreement I can say is that he told us, go and support us. When you support us, you will not be in vain. All of us know that this Bodoboni road has been a political road for long. Is it not correct? Every government comes, every government goes, we will do Bodoboni road. But see how, without prompting, without putting pressure on him, as we are coming, I said to God be the glory, that in our time, we are riding on this road. Each time, when the Minister of Works will be briefing the Federal Executive Council about how far the Bondi Road has gone, I will not talk. I will keep quiet. I said, well, I don't want to know how far. All I know, let us ride on the road. And let me use this prayer to thank my friend, brother, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, for fulfilling and making sure Mr. President's dream has come to reality. Reality that we cannot drive to Port Harcourt. Let me tell you the simple truth. Before, each time we want to go to Bonny for campaign, we look at ourselves, say, my brother, how is the tide? Even when I'm in the helicopter, I will see the ocean as a God. Let me come back today. But you see, as we are coming here, I said, God, may you be glorified. Now tell me why anybody in Bonny will not support Mr. President. Is there any reason? Even if nothing again has been done, which is not going to be so, but at this road, not just it is a road, it's a road constructed by one of the giants of construction companies, Julius Berger. I thank God. It's a world class. I even thought that as we were coming, that's why we will stop. And then they said no car will come in. Stop knowing that you can drive directly. Funny people, God's time is the best. And God's time has come. And you will benefit and enjoy this Tinubu's government. Let nobody come and tell.
With the wicked. Now he's talking about Bonny Bodo Road. All right, the road is not constructed by Tinubu, yeah. He's the one who is going to take the glory because the road was constructed by Bokwari. All right, and yeah, they said that Tinubu completed it. How? The road has been paid for. The road construction was nearly done. Wike was governor when the road was started, when the construction started. But you know, he's never in the same. He's never in. He's never a friend of Bokwari at the time. He was pretending to be fighting federal government, right? This was not constructed by Tinubu. But yeah, they're going to use that right now I mean, he's already using that to tell them that look at what Tinubu has done for you in a space of 2.5 years. It is a 37-kilometer road, by the way. I want you to see it. Then we're going to come back to Wike and even Fubara too, right? This is the road constructed by Okuwari. He's dead though, but yeah, he did this. Meanwhile, they went back to Fubara slept. Except that this Rebecca and these guys, they've concluded their plan, and it's that they will never get a security, no matter what. He said behind the scene, he's made several efforts and was waiting for Rebecca's hint to bring them together, the assembly and the government. According to him, the assembly will never do anything without the instruction of Wike. And even if he tried to reach out to them directly, they won't listen to him because Wike will tell them not to. Wike is saying that Fubara is proud. He's not reaching out to them. He's just doing his own thing. Doesn't respect anybody. Doesn't respect any agreement of that stuff. Okay. That is why it seemed it's going to be call versus Wike at some point. If, like the speaker just told them in the whole world there that, Fubara is a mistake, Fubara is a threat to Nigeria's democracy, so he just had to go like it's just wants it gone. Fubara.
Let me be very particular. The state members of the House of Assembly, I do not have any issue with them. I have made every effort. I believe that the leadership of the State Council that is led by Chief Federal Barbara can attest to this. I've made every effort to meet with them. But the arrangement wasn't for me to call them directly. It was for my leader, the minister, to arrange the meeting, which up till this hour, that meeting has not been fixed. So when people go about saying, I don't want to meet them, thing, I don't want to attend to them, I don't want to meet their demand, that is pure lie. I don't have any reason to do that. I personally said whatever is their need, whatever is things that they need, I'm ready to meet it so that we can have peace in the state. So please, I'm saying it here, this is a live television. Whoever is going to tell you that I don't want to meet the member of us of the State Assembly is not true. I have met with our leaders and they said they were going to arrange a meeting. I do not want to go behind them so that it will look as if, because if I go behind them, it will look as if I'm trying to divide the house. I'm a gentleman and a very principled person. And that is the reason why I am saying this here. I have suffered so much because of single story. A lot of times things have happened, nobody have heard my own side. So I just want to deviate a bit to say it here. Please, Mr. Speaker, leadership of the House and other members, I have made every effort to meet with you. That they are going to arrange a meeting. So whoever is saying that I refuse to meet you, or there is an arrangement that was presented to me and I said I'm not going to do it, it is not true. Please, we need to come together for the interests of this state. It's not about me, it's about this state. Some of you are wondering, I know that story everywhere. I just want to say, first, the reason why we took this decision is not a personal decision or to fulfill my personal ambition, but to see that our state succeeds. We cannot strive in an atmosphere of rancor. Development cannot come to our states that is continuous. And you are also aware that we're also standing because of the support of Mr. President.
Nuisance delay.
Yeah, that's a Fubara. He once said that, but rather than for the meeting to be arranged, it's the impeachment arrangement that is now ongoing. But we'll see how that plays out, because to Wike, nobody should intervene in any of this. Nobody should. Because Fubara remained one of their biggest mistakes. And they are willing to correct it in the 2027 selection. So APC reacted. This was after this, by the way, after the impeachment notice. So they said the attention of their leadership of APC has been drawn, to the latest unfortunate development coming out from the chambers of the Rivers State House of Assembly, right? And our position as of today on this matter is that we solemnly reject this result to an impeachment process against our governor, APCO, and his deputy. It will be totally untenable for our party to keep quiet when an obvious hangover from strifes that occurred within the PDP are allowed to surface in our great party. So they are saying they are bringing their PDP wahala to APC. And right now, they are going to meet a stiff opposition. Here you get now. So it is important to say to Rivers people and Nigerians that since the latest threat of impeachment centers on the budget, we remind ourselves that under the period of emergency rule, a budget was transmitted to the National Assembly by the President and the Commander-in-Chief in May 2025, which was approved by the Senate on 25th of June 2025, and subsequently by the House of Representatives on the 22nd of July 2025 for a total sum of 1.485 trillion naira. Interestingly, this budget is for 1 year and should run up till August 2026. And if the governor is comfortable with the composition of the said budget, he may elect not to present any supplementary budget. Besides, the Constitution allows for a 6-month spending window into the new fiscal year by a state governor. We therefore strongly advise all members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, especially APC members, to resist pressures from outside the assembly chambers to destabilize the government of Rivers State, ably led by His Excellency Impeach Fubara. So let it be known that our party, APC, will do everything possible to ensure that the government of Rivers State, which is an APC government, is not destabilized through patricidal disagreements. We therefore call on members of the State House of Assembly, especially APC members, to immediately discontinue the impeachment process in order not to drag the state image of our great party to the mud and stifle the continuous progress and development of Rivers State. So let our state remain a democracy and not a politicocracy. And this is from the supposed Rivers State APC spokesperson, the APC chairman of Rivers State. This is what Wike told him. Go and tell the national.
Don't take. Let me warn those who come to Rivers State because you have had about 600 billion. You come here, you collect, and you open your mouth, you talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you abuse something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, tell you that I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your national secretary, leave Rivers State alone. Leave Rivers State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Papenta, the killer. Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted.
You know, so that was the APC chairman in Rivers State, recognized by Wike. And according to Wike, there is no party, there's no political party in Rivers State anymore. What they have in Rivers State right now is Rainbow Coalition. I explained that to you yesterday, right? So Rainbow Coalition is when they all have to say, you. Man, it's mental. So yeah, don't take the don't take our support for the president for granted, right? He was referring to the APC secretary 2 days ago. Remember that part?
Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun. You don't know those who did the work. You are opening your mouth to talk about Rivers State. Anything you see, take it. Anything you see, what? Take it.
Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. We don't reach it for settlement. You can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo.
When Mr. President comes back, when I see the Minister of the Economy, I will tell them to tell him, go and ask other people what has happened to them before. Putting Rivers State, carry your hand to come to Rivers State. If your hand burns, don't say the people no more. I can challenge anybody. This state is a no-go area. This state is a no-go area. Whether you like it or you don't like it or there. So, take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. Take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. If not, when I come out,
That's a wicked. Because when it comes out, it's going to actually like touch everyone. Is that powerful? Then, if they should sack Wike, currently is partyless. It's got no political party. Okay. If Kolu should sack Wike, it is not that sack that will actually possibly like a kill Wike. It is what the internet is going to turn to for a whole week. You get what I mean now? That the depression may actually like, because a lot of people are waiting for the time where Wike will be completely humbled. For now, I can challenge anybody, and he can, of course he can, until Kolu returns, you know. And similarly, right, the governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, has been receiving kind of like more subtle jibes, direct jibes from the APC, who believes that what he is doing in Abia State is just cosmetics, you know, like one of the person who said that, right, is Oji Uzokalu, the ex-convict, who somehow feels like everywhere he turns to, people are always like asking him about Otti and all of that stuff, like nobody can challenge Otti. Then he said, many of you didn't know that it was the stakeholders who came together to ensure that Alex Otti became governor, not because of what some of you think is popularity or his acceptance, no. And right now, they have realized that what he is doing in Abia is cosmetic, you know. Oji Uzokalu said, Alex Otti is repenting the project he did years ago when he was governor. I didn't say it, maybe in his words. So therefore, Otti will go in 2027 for APC to come in.
I consider the governor as my friend, and 2 years I never criticized, I never said anything. And they shot the first salvo. And I reply by telling them, because I said that APC, I'll work for APC to win. We work for him to have won in 2023. And we are not going to do that again. We work for our party to win. What is wrong with that? Is that why I should receive insults? It is not acceptable by me. And I'm going to work for my party.
So do you believe that after Governor Alex Otti as governor, Abia State will not be able to produce any other person who can do even better than he has done?
If he has done better, I don't know about that. Because you can see that what I did in 2 years as a governor, the records are there for you to see. With the money Alex Otti received in 4 months is what I received in 8 years. That is the truth. So what he has done, because it's just repainting and rebuilding the roads I built as a governor. The last in 1999 and 2007, I have not seen any new major road taking place. like I did. Like now, I'm in the Senate, and all the roads I'm doing in communities are brand new farmland road. I've not seen him enter the farmland road. By 2 years' time, I've already done what people never believe in this state, which made the President Obasanjo say they should remove action governor, executive governor. So I've not seen. By then, education was free, 100%. Healthcare free. All these things we are talking about were free. So I've not even seen what they have done. That's the truth. I know you have tried in rebuilding the road I built from Osuakoli Road going to Ahafia, which I've stayed for so long, 2 years before completion. These are roads I built, and I've not seen anything they did. I don't know all the noise in the social media. And this business is not done in social media. This business is done on right time by the people you are seeing there.
So you said you worked for the governor in 2023 for him to become the governor.
Yes, it's
How
true.
did you do that?
No, I work for him. He knows. Even my brother running APP, I called him to cooperate with him, but we are going to support him. And that is the truth.
Are you withdrawing your support?
It's gone because I support for APC.
I saw you, Zokalu. You know, that some of you probably don't even know that they worked behind to make him governor. So next time they are not doing it anymore. This time around they want to bring it, bring in their own person. Oju Zokalu, the one who was, oh dear, the one that his mom was more or less like the governor, or they probably said the mom was like the deputy governor. She was not powerful, right? That they milked Abia State. That Oju Zokalu got convicted for looting over 10 billion naira from Abia State. But they said the Supreme Court had to let him go on technical ground. The conviction of Oju Zokalu is because he looted Abia State. Left the Abia State even poorer, so to say. Well, some said he was still the best. As worse as it might be then, right? They said Oju Zokalu's time was actually still the best compared to those who succeeded him. You know what I mean? But he actually went to jail, and then they had to let him go on technical ground. Ask me, waiting with the technical ground. They transferred the judge. Do you get me now? The judge that was listening to his case got transferred while his case was still on, right? He got transferred elsewhere. So another judge, all right? Or if I think the same judge actually convicted him, but they said, well, it's lack of jurisdiction. He shouldn't have continued the case since he's been transferred from that jurisdiction to another place. That's what Supreme Court said. They said, okay, because of that, he should go back to the Senate. That's why he's in the Nigerian Senate now, making laws for Nigerians. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday when the former running mate to Peter Obi, Ahmed Datti, declared his own interest in the 2027 race. But he is not officially declared that, so to say, but he stated the reason why he won't be following Peter Obi to coalition stuff, right? He called them the traveling politicians and travelers who were given presidential tickets in 2023, and right now they have continued their journey. So with the Daily Trust media today, it seemed to have started kind of like extending the olive hand or an olive branch to Peter Obi, because according to him, he's never going to get the ADC ticket. So if he doesn't get the ADC ticket, he could return back home, which is the Labour Party. And he, Datti, will be happy to welcome him back and at the same time support him if he wants to run. In his own words, Datti.
His Excellency Peter Obi did not invite me to join him in ADC. Because everyone knows me, there are certain things you'd rather not approach me with. People know me, even while I was in Parliament. And let me not distract us and go into that. Two, our personal relationships are solid. Only on the 12th, he attended the wedding in my house. In person, where I have much, much, much respect for Peter Obi. If he doesn't get the ADC ticket, Come back, please. I will work for you and try to get Peter Obi the ticket in Labour. I will try and mend the ways between him and whoever are not in good terms with him. It doesn't make sense. First of all, nobody owns me. I'm my own person. When I joined in 2023, I saw us put paid to a certain burning question. Can a Southeasterner, for God's sake, be elected? Can he even be President, Federal Republic of Nigeria? That's the kind of person I am. Something challenging, something idealistic. I said yes. Since I walked away from governorship candidate, this is my worthwhile challenge, and I'll support it. I supported Peter Obi's presidency with all my heart, with all my mind. In some of our, or in most of our presidential campaigns, particularly in the north, the core northern states, as we call them, I began to make some very, very strong campaigns. And I said that the name of Nigeria registered in the UN is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Not as you would have it, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Islamic Republic of Iran, Libyan People's Jamahiriya, or Islamic Republic of Mauritania. At the same time, the creator of all and everything, God Almighty, after creating these countries that I mentioned, created Federal Republic of Nigeria, created the Vatican, created others, and the mix that we have here in Nigeria. And then I would say that the creator of all and everything does not make mistakes. The campaign speeches are there for you to refer to. For that, I offered no apology for supporting Peter Obi. I was particularly irked when you have the records, when the leading candidate then said the name of Peter Obi was not even worth mention. This was a huge insult. And I got to work, I fired back, I did everything. That was when they went to get two gentlemen, impersonate me online, and attack the whole of my family, who are now compensated with international appointments, which tells you that APC is actively involved in all the ungodly things that are happening. But let me come back. I was in support of Peter Obi to become the president because as at that time, that was the right thing to do. Let all of us in Nigeria answer the question, can it be done? Yes, it was done, but it was denied. It was done with my support, and I'm very, very happy to stand by it. That was 2023. This is 2027. Baba Obasanjo handed over in, being a Southerner, handed over in 2007 to late Malam Umaru, Northerner. In 2011, President Goodluck Jonathan, Southerner, was elected president after 4 years. And Peter Obi was part of the machinery of Goodluck Jonathan. Now, in 2023, late Baba Buhari handed over to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 2027, a Northerner can be elected. And the North didn't start it. The South started it. But look, put all these things aside. I'm a Nigerian. Forget I'm from the North or South. I am just a Nigerian.
Right.
And I'm speaking as one because when it was time to work for the Southeast, when it was time to work for the South, I did. My records are there to stand for it. I did.
But you're not saying that that's it for you?
I don't understand your question.
Like you're no longer concerned about zoning anymore ahead of 2027?
No one respected zoning like me.
Right.
So, unless if you want me to go back and read everything for you
I just wanted to be clear on that. So, talk to me about those who have raised the concern that you staying back in Labour Party, the risk to reward ratio is not looking great for you. How can you survive isolated? It looks like you're swimming against the tide. How can you survive politically without Peter Obi, without the obedience in Labour Party?
I survived, I did well before I met Peter Obi. I won elections before I met Peter Obi. Contrary to what people are saying, you know, of course we respect the court rulings. We obey the court rulings afterwards. You have no choice but to do that. I have never lost an election in my life. Any election that I got the ticket to contest. Even the one, it was Peter Obi who was presidential candidate, not me. I have never lost an election. Swimming against the tide, what is wrong with that? Do you want the tide to carry you? Of course not. I'm not one of those lazy politicians who want to sit down and follow godfathers and use sentiments to achieve the offices they want to, and then at the end of the day, they will never do anything for the people. I will work, I will struggle. If swimming against the tide is it, I'm prepared to do.
Right.
There is nothing wrong swimming against the tide. What is the tide? APC is not a tide. Because if I were to face APC without the support of the standard thing, INEC doing what they do, DSS doing what they do, and police doing what they do, and I'm not getting into trouble for that. I'm saying the facts. Without that, I will beat APC before 12 noon.
You're that confident about it?
I am confident. These are people who have not secured Nigeria in 12 years. And you think Nigerians...
Now do to unfa. Ma okuta to wa nbe ma yoku nbe. Ma sabi gbata ba nsa ewa. Now do to unfa. Ma okuta to wa nbe ma yoku nbe. Ma sabi gbata ba nsa ewa.
Go serious. Is one kind of like is one unserious fellow. But in theory, here you get, if Peter Obi and others, right, if they have been allowed to build on the momentum of 2023, they can defeat the entire system using the same method of rallying the Gen Z together, majority of them creating content to mobilize themselves, educate themselves, and the rest of that, right? So before Peter Obi finally decided to go and join them in ADC, the Obedient Movement launched their membership portal, which was one unique way to actually really have a picture of the movement itself and the spread across Nigeria, something they could use, the data they could use, okay, to build a very strong political resistance against the system, because you are rigging this and that, okay? When you look at the ADC, what many of them are saying is that they have the widespread across the country. Like, Atiku, for example, all right? He's got these friends all over Nigeria that are ready to use their own structure, you know what I mean, to ensure that APC is not able to rig election in those places. But that's a myth. It is a total myth. Atiku has not been able to actually use this, his influence, all right, to win any election, ever. He's been in that position as well, where he believes he's got it, but he doesn't at the end of the day, right? So similarly, selling that as an idea for Obi to join them so that, you know, they can be able to help stop the same thing they are promising that they want to do. Obedient to do it for free. Do you get what I mean? Because the way the likes of the Atiku and others operate, right, is more or less a cash and carry. Okay? So they are going to, you know, build their list and everybody's going to get paid to go and defend their vote. And sometimes if the other side pay more, they will just jettison whatever pledges they made to Atiku. They will collect that money and they will work for APC. It has happened before. But the only people that will never collect money under no circumstance or circumstances, the obedient, rather they will spend their own money. So I get it. Like that's why I said in theory, okay? In theory, and it is doable. Peter Obi is a billionaire, Abi. The obedient themselves can raise billions for his election. But if all of us are now going to come to the practical side, we realize that it is actually not that simple. Simply because most of these political parties, most of these politicians, they have been pretty much compromised. We have seen the level of kind of like a war waged by those who are supposed to be the same political party, Labour Party. The war they waged against themselves over money in the last 2.5 years alone will tell you that you can't build any virile sort of like oppositional platform to challenge a ruling party on that. Because the saboteurs are already in. They are in different courts. Baba, immediately the Supreme Court gave the judgment that Tinubu won. Yeah? Arab and Bidiot and the rest of them and their court cases disappeared. Vanished. So we can't ignore that. That will then bring us to Datti himself. You see, where Datti said in their 2027 plan, a northerner is probably going to run, is right, because somehow people believe that Atiku is going to be the candidate of the ADC. Or maybe, just like when it was projected at the time that Atiku was going to be the candidate of the APC in 2014, that December when they chose Bukwari, because Atiku had the money to share. He's got that. But you have to counter him with more money. In this sense, you have to counter with like more dollars to challenge Atiku. So if Peter Obi is going to be a major contender, he can contend with Atiku. Because most of the people who are going to be the delegates in their Congress or to choose the candidate, they are mostly going to be relying on who is going to pay them more. So in that regard, right? So Peter Obi would have to like forfeit his obedience movement to the ADC. And how is that going to really work out? People are doing analysis on that, so don't waste your time. So Papa Ahmed Datti, who himself is positioning himself to run in 2027, right? Understanding what they went through in the hands of these brigands in this same, in the same Labour Party. And there's also something to notice. Nenadi Usman is the faction that actually won the last court case to determine who is the authentic group that is the leadership of the Labour Party. Abure is not the chairman of Labour Party anymore, but he didn't leave. He's still parading himself as one. Then Datti is hobnobbing within. More. I'll leave it at that. So I left the line open for so long. And tonight is just like a test broadcast. So the only thing we didn't do is to actually take calls, all right? So I am going to say thank you to you. Let me know what you think about this current visual, right? Let me know. So that, and then the audio as well, if we do not have any form of, echoing behind the voice, right? Let me know as well, okay? So, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to see you another time, okay? Yeah, it could have been extended if you took the chance of calling in. But thank you anyway. I'll see you tomorrow, right? Enjoy the rest of your evening. And good night from here.
àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wọn.
bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wọn.
ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wọn.
Máyégún Diary politico.
Máyégún Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wọn.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wọn.
ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wọn.
àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wọn.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa bí.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn rákì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.